What's up, YouTube? This is Bomber Nexus, and I'm here with...
My name is Jaydee, also known as Topaz. I won my regional flight at YCS Indianapolis with Floowandereeze, so I'm gonna do a little deck profile for you guys.
Nice, very nice.
So, just kind of some of the basics, like 3 Verbena, 3 Eaglin, 2 Stree, 1 Toucan. On day 1, I was playing 2 and 2. I found that I often sided out 1 Toucan. I did want to keep the second Stree though, because there's times when you get hit with like full force fires or things that like rip cards out of your hand, and having the 1 Stree get ripped out felt really bad. So 2's just kind of like a safety measure. And then for my big birds, I play 2 Empen, 1 Ryza, 1 Apex. Nothing really crazy here. This is pretty standard package for Flu. I will say that these 2 put in a lot of work for my matchups. Empen was mainly there just to kind of be more of a floodgate, not so much for the spell and trap search. And then I played 1 Samord. This card is insane. I would only keep it at 1, but this just made it so I could chain block everything and just keep combo going. I never had to worry about Ash, so that was just awesome. And then of course 3 Dimension Shifters in main deck. I'm not playing any other hand traps. Dimension Shifter kind of did what it needed to do. I didn't play like any like Ashes or anything like that in main deck. Shifter just allows you to control the game and slow stuff down. There are some decks that can kind of play around it, but there was a lot of games where like people just pass on this. For the spell lineup, 3 Map is the best card in your deck. It allows you to just like play like crazy. During my regional flight, I played against 2 Flu players, and you just get to kind of like pop off with a lot of chains during your turn. Like you'll use like your map, and then they'll normal summon it, and then since they normal summon, you get like your normal summon, so you just have like 2 tribute chains popping off at the same time. It's kind of insane. For the pots, 3 Prosperity, 3 Duality. You need to see specific cards, and these cards kind of get you there, so no deviation from that there. I did only play 2 Advent. I know a lot of people are typically on 3. I think that 3 is pretty good, but once you get 1 in rotation, like you never really need to see another one. Like it's nice to have in your opening hand to dodge hand traps, but like I think 3 is a little bit bricky. 2 is really fine. There was only 1 time where I wished that I needed to see it, but I still ended up winning that game, so it didn't matter. I play 2 thrusts, and then my lineup package for that was a main deck Duster, Talents, Terraformer for the field spell, and then Sinful Spoils. How I feel about this card is that it is essentially like a Book of Moon that you can search. It does a lot of things that Book of Moon already does for the deck. This outs Mirror Jade, this outs Baguska, this outs kind of some of the like troublesome annoying monsters that people have to like immediately respond to. An interesting thing about Mirror Jade is that they can only control 1 Mirror Jade, so if you put 1 into back row, they can't fusion summon another one, and then you don't have to worry about the board wipe. So and then last spell, just one of the unexplored wins. The tribute effect is really good, and the draw effect was pretty nice. I will say there was 2 times where I did the draw and I drew into Prosperity, so that was a little unfortunate, but I mean like it helps fix your hand. And then trap lineup, 1 Dreamtown. It's pretty standard. You just search off the Empen. 1 Featherstorm, 1 Evenly. These are mainly made to be searched off a thrust. If you're going first, you search Featherstorm. Going second, you search Evenly. I think that these are fine. I don't think you need to play any more of it. I mean, Featherstorm alone is very greedy, and it's kind of a turn skip, but I think that you're fine with just the thrust. And then I played 2 Imperms. Surprisingly, during my regional flights, I never saw these in the 4 matches and X amount of games that I played. Like, never saw it, so I really can't give an opinion on how good that is. Extra deck.
How many cards in the main?
This is a 40 card deck.
40? Okay,
yep.
Nice.
So standard 40. I didn't really want to try to go more than that. like consistency is really important in this deck. So like I feel like going any more can just mess that up.
Okay.
Extra deck. This is a live extra deck. It's an extra deck that you are intended to use if you need to. So starting off, we play one Anima to turn a Verbena into something. One Phoenix, one Cerberus for kind of like spot removal if you need it. One BLS, you can turn Empen and some other stuff into this, and this kind of helps you against some troublesome matchups. There's a lot of things that target right now, so this card is pretty decent. I played one Unicorn just to kind of like link climb with the Nightmare package, and then I played one Fergie and one Shurak. There was actually an opportunity on day one where like I did link climb and summon a Shurak, and it outed a Baguska, so I have never once actually used this, and then it came up, so it's insane what a YCS will do. And then the remaining part of the extra deck, one Fucho, Zeus package. I play 2 of each. You do a lot of prosperity stuff, so I mean this is usually the last stuff that you prosperity away, but you play 2 ofs just in case you go to the Kashtira matchup and they try to snipe stuff, so you can still have access to it. And then last one, one Tifon, just because it helps kind of cover some of our bases for some of those more trickier matchups. Also, it kind of baits a lot of like interesting removal, and it doesn't really cost anything for you to do. Like, if you were gonna make an Anima, you just make a Tifon instead, and then you have a Beat Stick, which is way better than an Anima. And then side deck. So I did 3 Droll. Droll is a pretty good card. It conflicts with Shifter. That's the only reason why I'm not playing in main deck. Usually the decks that Shifter covers, Droll doesn't cover, and vice versa. So if I needed to swap them out, it was just an easy swap out. So I did like that inside. 2 Nibiru. When people see that you're on Flu, they get really greedy and they just think that you're not on Nibiru at all. So they don't like play around this. And so I got quite a few people with Nibiru, even in day 1. It just simplifies the game state. 1 DD Crow and 1 Dark Samorg. I was playing this in main. I took it and put it into side deck instead for the regional flight, just because in your starting plays, you're like searching Stree, searching your small birds, searching the small Samorg. They're just like way more important than searching this. You kind of end up searching this last a lot of the times. And then Dark Samorg is just for the Labyrinth matchup. Surprisingly, between 9 rounds of day 1 and a whole regional flight, I never once played against Labyrinth, so I never had to side this card in. But the hypothesis is that this card also helps against the Rest Waste matchup, because Turbulence sets everything, so they can't do that. And then Spell and Trap lineup. Oh, sorry, have 3 monsters. Ashes are inside deck. This card, I know it's like the staple hand trap and everything, but a lot of decks can just play through a single Ash, so there was no point in keeping this in main deck, because if I was relying on this, it often wasn't enough, and then I just got thrusted anyways. So it's kind of matchup dependent. There's 2 more Feather Storms for when you're going first. You can kind of side out some things just to make sure you really see it. 1 Evenly Matched for when you're going second, just to ensure that you really try to see it. And then 2 Cosmic Cyclones for Floodgates. If you just play against like a Unga Boonga deck, this card helps out essentially Tikaboo and Zombie World and things like that. So that is my side deck, main deck, extra.
Okay. Any shout outs you want to give before we head up?
I wanted to give a shout out to Ivan and Preston. They helped me with some of my ratios between day 1 and the regional flight. I think it helped me perform a lot better. I want to give a shout out to Rivals Gaming in Mishawaka, Indiana, and my home locals. They put up with me playing Flute all the time, and I cannot thank them enough, because I know that they're sick and tired of me. And that's all the shout outs I have.
All right, awesome. This has been Jaydee with his Floowandereeze regional qualifier deck. Sign up.